The Hangout is on air, is live.
Yeah.
That's not what it says. Hey! We're live. Okay, welcome everybody to OCR Talkback. I'm your host, Dark Sword. We got Steve-O, who is not a still image.
No,
That is actually just him being very still.
Webcam.
And then we also have Jarrell.
Jarrell, who is also not a still image.
Yeah, Jarrell is also.
I'm very rarely.
We're all moving images, so that's one thing for us we got going. So OCR Talkback, as y'all might remember, since we haven't done it in a while, but I'll remind you, OCR is semi-weekly, kind of semi-regular web show where Staff and ReMixers from OC Remix just talk about video games and VGM and answer questions. So if you have any questions, just tweet with hashtag OCR Talkback. No one is hearing that right now because there's 0 viewers right now, but
it's all right.
Yeah,
we can host OCR Loveline.
We'll get some, I think.
Oh,
so we can just shoot the shit or whatever while we're waiting for people to come on.
It's fine. I'm actually watching Val play one of my favorite newly discovered games, Hand of Fate. Ever heard of it? Whoa.
No, what is it?
Hand of Fate is a combination RPG roguelike and card game.
Steve-O turned into a robot and slowed down. What happened?
No, I'm here.
Everybody turned into one for me. I think we're just.
Oh,
I think
no.
it's Google.
I think it was. Is it everybody? Is it just Google?
Yeah, it's Google. Oh, God.
Damn it, Google.
Damn it, Bobby.
Come on, Google, get it together. Good God.
All right, how about now? Is that any better?
Yes, you sound excellent.
Anyways, Hand of Fate is a combination RPG, roguelike, and card game. It's on Steam Early Access right now.
Early access.
You know what? They already have PS4 and Xbox One and PS Vita releases slated, and the game's supposed to come out in January.
Don't care. Don't care. It's not out yet. Don't care.
It's
care.
really refined. It's extremely refined.
Don't care. Early access is like synonymous with crap for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, then you know what? Hopefully this changes your perception about it.
Nah, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother. It can be a 10-10 game right now. Okay, and if it's marked early access, no, thank you.
So Dungeon
Talk to me when it's done.
Off the table for you then.
What?
So Dungeon Man's is just completely off the table for you.
Yeah, Andrew Versa, I'm sorry.
Just he can at least wait on that one because
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm saying at least for that one, you can at least just hang out because that game is actually coming out in like 3 weeks. So
sure, yeah. No, when it comes out, it's probably going to be 10 out of 10, and that's fine. And then I'll play it. But until it's officially out and not early access, no, thank you.
Hey, I've had good experiences with early access before. Divinity Original Sin was early access.
Sure, but that game's out now, so.
Yeah, it is out now. They did push an update at some point, which destroyed all of my save data, but
that sucks.
Early access for you.
I have to play that. I need to buy that. I heard it was super awesome.
You need to have somebody to play through it with. You absolutely need to.
Can you play online, or is it local only?
Oh, it's online. Val and I have done it before. I mean, the thing is, you do single player, and it's still a co-op game. You just have it.
I'll buy it for someone and force them to play it with me.
But yeah. So just the thing about Hand of Fate is that it has a collecting thing very similar to the Binding of Isaac, along with its random generated stuff. So it's super addictive.
Okay, cool. Right on.
Also, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire this morning.
Of course.
Oh yeah. Pokemon Oras.
Oras.
That's what they're calling it. Oras.
Also, holy shit! Somebody from Australia already speedrun the game and beat it in 4 hours and 38 minutes.
Okay, it's like, I
mean, the game is out for 1 fucking day.
That's all right. That's all right.
What the shit?
What did they do? Did they transfer Pokemon? I mean, I feel like that's the only way you can do it.
No, he's a speedrunner. He just.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I get it. Speaking of Andrew Aversa. What's up, man?
Hey, Shark says he's boycotting your game, Andy.
What I miss?
we were talking about early access. games and stuff. And I was just like, if it's early access, I don't want to hear anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. I don't care. It can be 10 out of 10 right now. And Steve was like, oh, what about Dungeon Mans though? I'm like, I'm sorry, Andrew Aversa, I don't care. Don't care about Dungeon Mans right now.
Oh,
when it comes out, I'm all over it. But until then, it doesn't exist for me.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Put that in stride.
Yeah. So I guess we got some viewers now. That's good. I guess we can kind of get started a little bit like we always do. So what VGM have you guys been listening to or working on, or what's going on musically?
I have been listening to a lot of the Mother series. I spent all day yesterday coding to Mother 3, and my coworkers were very concerned because I was quite emotional whenever they came by my cube. Like, there's so many crying tears in the entire game.
I can't get into that series, man. I got Earthbound on Wii U, and I think it's kind of just like one of those games that you had to play when it came out to sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely a product of its time, and while its humor is still apparent, the gameplay and flow, it doesn't feel refined.
I had a hard time getting through like even the opening sequence.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people have that nostalgia factor about it. Not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying it potentially doesn't hold up.
Clearly, there is something to the series to inspire this kind of like fervent, love for it. I know so many people who are just like fanatical Earthbound fans, and it's awesome. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, like you can tell me to play it, but I'm not going to get the same experience out of it that you did because you played it when you were 10 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I played Earthbound when I was in middle school, and there's that nostalgia factor. I got the game on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I played it after school. And I played it all Thanksgiving, and I beat it the day after Thanksgiving. So I got like the Earthbound experience. Yeah. That's what you do when you're a kid and you're on break. You have literally nothing to do. So. In terms of music, though, I've been linking it in the chat and evangelizing it. Gauntlet 4 on Sega Genesis. Holy,
so good.
Holy crap!
And in fact, that was actually what I was going to give for my answer. How Andy linked Gauntlet 4 30 minutes ago, and then I went and just immediately grabbed the entire soundtrack, and I've been listening to it for the last 30 minutes.
It's a Sega Genesis. I'll check it out.
It's Hitoshi Sakamoto.
Oh,
like top form. It sounds so good. Like it sounds just way better than most Genesis games I've heard. And the funny thing is, I heard about that because of the Dungeon Man's remix contest. Somebody posted in the thread like, "Hey, you should listen to this." And then Jim listened to it, the developer, and he started playing it. And I was like, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And he's like, "Somebody posted in your thread, idiot." I was like, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's a really good soundtrack."
Awesome. Anything else? What else are you guys listening to? I mean, I haven't talked to like anyone in like ages. We haven't had a talkback in like 3 weeks. I feel bad.
Actually, weirdly enough, what I've been listening to a lot of lately hasn't been video game music. It's been all those records I've been finding in my house.
Oh yeah.
All that awesome Towson University jazz ensemble from the 70s and 80s. It's amazing.
Yep. Did you grab all the albums, Jarrell?
I did. I gotta convert them to MP3 so I can actually stick them on my iPhone. But
Gotcha.
They're so amazing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I need to link you to them. Basically, starting in the mid-'70s, the Towson University, which is the school I ended up graduating from for college,
right,
had a countrywide, nationally renowned jazz ensemble arranged and composed by Hank Levy, who used to do stuff for the, I forget the name of the group, but it was a really famous jazz group, and these recordings are like unique, almost one of a kind at this point. Their recording quality is phenomenal, and the music is just absolutely stellar.
So you've been digitizing a lot of these?
Yes, I have.
Do you have a turntable? You have a turntable that digitizes, or did you do a whole thing to hook it all up?
Oh no, I did. Actually, I have it right here. I've got a Behringer.
Yeah. There you go.
And I mean, I have a USB turntable. The USB capture is crap. So
yeah, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it right.
Exactly. So it's ridiculous. I'm gonna be working with the campus to get the rest of their records digitized once I get my alumni card, so I can get into the library.
I gotta check these out, man. I love
I will link you. I'll actually put it in the staff chat right now.
I'm a huge jazz guy, you know. I used to listen to tons of jazz, and I'll check it out.
And what about you? What have you been listening to?
Oh man, I don't even know. I've been listening to a lot of stuff lately. Like there's some Street Fighter albums that came out recently, like some chiptune Street Fighter albums that hit. I've been playing like a lot of Warlords of Draenor since that came out last week. The new the new World of Warcraft expansion, and they're really good, especially the Gorgon theme. I think I linked it on Facebook. It's really great. I know I'm gonna get sick of it in a couple weeks, but yeah, I mean it's awesome right now. What else have I been listening to? I went back and listened to the Time Traveler soundtrack, which is awesome. That's a level 5 game. I've talked about it on Talkback before. And what else am I listening to? I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, not a lot of music.
What podcast?
I like. I always love Comedy Bang Bang. I've also been listening to that new podcast, Serial from This American Life, which is like the most popular podcast right now.
So about Serial?
No, it's not about Serial. It's about a murder from 1999.
We need to start a podcast about Serial. That sounds like a.
I know.
I'd
it's a missed opportunity. And I'm also listening to Sylvester Stallone show. Have you guys heard this? It's amazing.
No.
It's Paul Scheer, and he says that he's going to interview Sylvester Stallone in the first episode, and Sylvester Stallone doesn't show up. And then like every episode, it's like a daily podcast that's only like 5 to 10 minutes long, and every episode is him slowly descending into madness because Sylvester Stallone is just not showing up. It's genius. It's a work of art. It's wonderful. I look forward to it every single day. But as far as music goes, let me see what I got. I mean, I've been just listening to so much stuff. Grand Blue Fantasy soundtrack, which is like it's half of it's by Nobuo Uematsu, the other half is by Satomu Narita, and both halves of that soundtrack are awesome. You know, it's not just the Nobuo half that's really good. It's a soundtrack to a mobile game in Japan. It's awesome. Soundtrack's just fantastic.
Oh, 2 other things that I've been listening to. If you were rounding off there. First is Val's birthday present this year was the Sega Master System, so I've been listening to a lot of Wonder Boy and Monster World and Alex Kidd and whatnot.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So some good stuff there, and also I found.
You gotta talk to DJ Pretzel about that. He loves those soundtracks. He's a Sega Master System kid.
No, I definitely will.
That's why he started OC Remix.
Yep.
Yeah, what's up, Larry?
Shit, Larry!
You did not notice Larry was here?
No, I don't have the window up right.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, to be fair, Larry is not usually that quiet of a person.
Yeah.
Oh man, I guess you're just colorblind, huh?
Excellent.
Anyways, the other thing is that I found another soundtrack I didn't know Jay Kaufman had a hand in, and it's of course it's good because he had a hand in it, but I didn't think a game called Miami Nights Single in the City on the DS would have a good soundtrack.
Oh wow, is that like a dating sim?
I don't know what it is. All I know is it has.
Is that even an official game?
Remake of I Like to Move It, Move It.
It sounds like a bad porn homebrew game.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad ripoff of The Sims.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just looked it up on Wikipedia. It actually is a dating sim.
Nice.
Great.
I got it.
Yeah, it has one of the most accurate demakes of I Like to Move It I've ever heard. It's so terrible.
Awesome. I love it.
We're listening to it. There's some good jazzy stuff in there. There's some good rock stuff in there. There's some good just lounge music, and then suddenly
I hate that song.
It's so good. It's so good. Oh no. I've been going back listening to a lot of anime stuff, like the Naruto soundtrack, because Naruto ended the manga ended, which is super sad because it's been around for like 15 years. And it's,
All good things must come to an end.
Yeah. So that's over. But I was listening to the Naruto soundtrack, and that was awesome. And, just checking out some old anime soundtracks and stuff.
What about you, Larry? What you been listening to?
Nothing lately because I have a huge headache, but
Oh shit.
nothing. Nothing.
From the perspective of your camera, it almost looks like you're in a hospital bed.
Yes, I've been sick for a long time. Exactly. Ah, man, I'm chilling, man. What have I listened to? Well, I will shill overclockrecords, .com, but Sephiroth has a new album called Dither that's pretty tight. I would check that out. He's got electronic stuff, but also a lot of haunting, kind of dark, dark stuff, which is really awesome. I always love his style. So,
where do you get it, Larry?
What you get? Overclockrecords.com. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, go grab that.
Yeah, go.
Gotta get.
Go
Get.
Also, and I put up for our Patreon backers today. I put all the Donkey Kong Country OC Remix albums up on our SoundCloud page. So I was actually cruising through all those
Nice
albums today. So some sweet stuff, man. DKC3, especially being so gigantor. Steve-O had some super saxum tracks on there. I definitely want to just comb his beard right now. They were amazing.
I have gotten so many comments about my Jesus look in this past week. It's like
It's not a Jesus look though. It really isn't.
no, I know, but that's what most people associate with a white guy with long hair and a beard is either a homeless person or Jesus.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Both sides of the spectrum, or ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as they say in England, ZZ Top.
Exactly. Also, now we got a beat drop up in this too as well. Nice.
We got population.
Yeah, this is nice. After 2 weeks of no talkback, everyone's in here. It's nice. I think there are more people on talkback than there are viewers, which is awesome.
I don't have a problem with this. It's everybody knows it's the OCR staff circle jerk,
Yeah.
Oh
okay.
yeah. Awesome. Well, we have a question from Timaeus. So.
Where's the question? I just
Timaeus, rather. Just put it up.
What do you personally find as your musical best work in general or on OCR? Album tracks or standalone tracks, and why? You want to go around the horn?
Go down the line.
I want
Larry will start. I am a proficient artist at Overclock Remix.
Yeah.
So my best work is Funky Monkey Love, and I came up with the lyrics in 5 minutes. It was 2.5 minutes to write them down, and then 2.5 minutes to do 2 takes to record it at Big's house. So that is my highlight, and it was an album track on Donkey Kong Country.
It sounds like you're reading this off of cue cards.
What are you talking about?
They have the cue.
Now see, it took him 2.5 minutes to come up with these cue cards to say right now.
These are my earnest beliefs. Anyway, keep it moving.
All right. Zircon, Andy Zircon Aversa. What's your
favorite OC remix?
No, what's your best work on OCR or your best remix?
Or in general, and I think you could be
general,
original stuff. Yeah.
Well, OCR. I gotta look at my.
I don't even know.
What a humble brag right there. Well,
I've so much music. I don't even know.
I gotta look at my discography.
How good could it be? How good could it be if you don't remember?
Probably one of my favorite things I've done for OCR was that Shadow remix, the one for Balance and Ruin. That was a lot of fun. Got to do the Western style Fistful of Nickels. So that's my favorite remix. My favorite original is the ending suite to Dungeon Man's. It's really good.
Hey, when does that drop?
That's going to be out December 9th. It's I bought so many new samples for it. I hired live musicians. I got to basically remix the whole soundtrack in one song, and sort of like grand finale Final Fantasy VI style. So
wow.
I really like Final Fantasy VI, basically.
Also,
so that's
I gotta push it. put Dungeon Man's on your Christmas list. Get it for everybody you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
Get it
awesome.
when it comes out.
Right.
Early access.
I will say though, I like that Andy said something recent because it means he's striving to, you know, make everything his personal best. So
Always.
Right, baby.
Always.
Yeah.
All right, keep it down the line. Who's next? Beat drop.
Beat drop.
Automatically, I'm next. How do you?
You're next in line.
Well, we're going. Yeah, you are actually.
Not in my line.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
That's fine. That's fine. I can answer this pretty easy. It's probably either Revolutions or Overflow.
Overflow
Nice,
is
yes,
my
sir.
favorite mix of yours on the site.
I still love Ace of Space the best, which is your Guardian Legend one. But Mega Man X3 and Vector Man are tight, so they're all really good.
Yeah, I liked Revolutions a lot because it was nice to go back to that track after I did that horrible version of
What? That was class.
back in that was garbage, man. That was terrible.
But back in like 2002, that was amazing though.
Everybody hates their first mix, dude.
No,
It
even
just-
back in 2001, it was garbage. Nope. Objectively speaking, it was terrible.
I will
So-
concur with your objectivity.
Good.
Okay, no. What I actually like of yours the most is the mashup you made of Transistor with what was it?
I don't know how I
Whoever-
forgot about Transistor. Like that's my most recent thing. No, that's definitely the best thing I've done. Definitely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why I didn't think of that first. My brain is fried today. I had a really long, fucking hard day at work, so.
Yeah, it's Command and Conquer Red Alert, folks. If you want to check that out on OCR Transistor.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that one.
Nice, man. That was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty tight. And
I think you were talking about the mashup of Crush from the
Yes,
soundtrack.
Crush. Yeah.
Crush by Paramore.
Yeah.
That turned out pretty good.
That turned out incredible. So, and I think you did that after I sent you the mashup I made of Overflow with Bombs Over Baghdad.
I don't think so. I actually did that mashup like forever and ever ago, and then just sat on it. I didn't do anything with it. Didn't like put it up anywhere. I just did it for fun, basically. I was like, hey, it'd be interesting to take Crush from Red Alert and Crush by Paramore, and
It sounded great.
nice.
I wanted to incorporate Crush by Pendulum, but that wasn't happening. The tempo was
Kill Destroy.
You need to slam jam Quad City DJs. That's what you need to match up with something. With Transistor, maybe that'd be pretty sweet. Wait, anything in your original stuff that you're also, holding like up there at a personal level?
That's like impossible to answer.
Okay.
Because I mean, when it's stuff that I've written, I can find something about each individual track that was like a real highlight for me. So
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I totally get what you mean.
it's different when it's an arrangement because you have a baseline that you're starting with, and then you're comparing what you've done, not a literal comparison because obviously there's stylistic differences and stuff, but you have something to compare it to whether or not you feel like you did justice to the original track, I guess. But when it's original stuff that you're writing, it's totally different ballgame because it's all from up here. So.
Oh, coolio. All right, Jarrell, go.
Oh my god. I don't have anything legitimate on OCR, so I'm going to go with musical best work on OLR.
Yes!
Me and Steve-O did a collaboration a while back where I basically did a MIDI of Beware the Forest Mushrooms with Super Mario RPG.
What?
And he replaced all the instruments with Mario Paint instruments.
And it evolves into basically this cacophony of the baby sounds from Mario Paint at like 260 BPM. So
basically just like any gabber ever. Then.
Yeah.
What is this called? Wait, okay, so it's on olremix.org. So what
It wasn't actually posted directly to the site. It was posted in the forums as a compo.
Oh,
it was
man.
part of an album. It was like their Dungeons album.
Oh, they need to pick that joint back up. Site projects. Which one was it? Running the Gauntlet? No.
I'm actually going to look this up. I think it was Speedy Forest Babby Mushrooms.
Oh,
that was it.
Wow.
Oh, nothing is updated. Oh, come on, bros. I need it.
Babby mushrooms.
I'll have to find this, but yeah, that I definitely would agree that was That was quite the arrangement we did together. You know, making that MIDI rip.
Goodness gracious.
Nice.
Larry, you already admitted yours. Shark, what's yours?
Well, before I say mine, I just want to say, because we have a couple more viewers, if you guys are watching and you want to ask us questions, tweet with hashtag OCR Talkback, and we will try to answer your questions. Okay, so my answer to this question is, I feel like I've answered this question before, but it's got to be my Secret of Mana song, remix called Thicket, which is a remix of Into the Thick of It, and I really liked remixing that song. The source tune is awesome, but I had a lot of fun doing some stuff with harmony and parallel fifths and a lot of like ambiguous tonality and stuff that was going on in there, and you know, I feel like the texture really like came together. I feel like it's one of my best produced songs, and it's kind of disappointing, like, because like nobody really ever talks about that one. Most people really like my Zelda remixes, like Ancient Hero and Tattered Slippers, and some of my Mega Man stuff like Beam Saber Beat Zero, which are fine, but like I feel like you know, Thicket is really kind of more refined, and it's like the kind of music that I really want to write, and that along with my Metroid Prime 3 remix, Yellow Valkyrie, is also another one that I really liked a lot. I feel like that came out really well. So yeah, those are I think my best remixes.
Very nice.
OCR. Yeah.
I think for me it would probably be. I can't say what I would love to say because Prototype Raptor never finished the mixing and mastering of it. But in lieu of that, Portal mix that we would have loved to have gotten posted.
Keep nagging him, or you know,
I've nagged him over
somebody
the last
else.
4 freaking years, man.
Gotta recruit somebody else. I think you could probably post
the
it
files.
as is.
That's the thing. He's got the files.
You got to get the files.
You gotta set it to receive.
Yeah, set your computer to receive the file.
Yeah, bro.
I would say I'm probably.
I'm sorry. I love how we always say that joke everywhere, and like nobody gets it because it's such an inside joke.
Hey man, that's what Inside Baseball is all about. It's all good.
I just thought you were saying something off the wall stupid.
Set your computer to receive a file.
It's from hackers.
Angelina Jolie up in this piece, yo.
I would have to say just through that I'm most proud of, just through sheer collaboration, would be Ska Buffet, because of how many people were involved and how much work it took to pull that off.
Is that a Plaid Muffin song?
That's the Plaid Muffin song, yeah.
Kirby Superstar.
And my original, I would probably say it's a track I did for Dungeons and Doritos, which is I forget what the track is actually called, but it's a big boss track, and it's something way outside of my comfort zone.
Oh.
So, I'll have to find the name of it. But
What?
you guys go ahead. Let's move on.
Wait a second. Way outside of your comfort zone? Is that even possible?
It was for me. Yeah.
I didn't think anything was outside of your comfort zone.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah. Charles Thomas on Twitter asks, "What is the weirdest song you ever remixed?" Not the weirdest remix you ever made, but the weirdest song you ever remixed.
Probably for me, it would be whatever theme I sang over from Gran Turismo, the Toyota theme. Boom.
Toyota Disco.
I'm kidding. Go ahead. Abaddon. While you're thinking, Abaddon on the tweeter says, "Yo, what up?" And we're saying to Kenneth, "Yo, what up?"
We can go around we can go down the line and answer, "Yo, what's up?"
Okay, wait.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna start. Okay, yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Beat drop, it's you.
Come on, vape. Come on, vape.
What's even happening?
Also, the song that I wrote was called "To Face All Odds," and you can get it at the Dungeons and Doritos website.
Nice. to face all the
You're trying to look up the original name of the track that I'm thinking of, and you guys are losing your damn minds or something.
Not much, man. That's my response to Ken. Not much, man.
That's awesome.
Oh man, he's gonna tweet back. I know he is. Okay, so what's the weirdest song you ever remixed? Not the weirdest remix you ever made, but the weirdest song you ever remixed.
Can this be like the weirdest choice?
I remixed something from the Sega Pico.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was until the day I did the remix.
That's hilarious.
Never heard of it.
Jarrell, what about you, man?
I actually did a remix back in '99 of just in MIDI back then, obviously, but I did a remix of Madonna's "Dress You Up."
What? Really?
Because it was on the Gap commercial using that song came out then.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do something with that.
You hit that.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine was Animal Crossing KK
Oh.
Just because it's the first Joe Cam approached me, and I'd never really listened to Animal Crossing before.
Those KK songs where he's just like,
yeah, we wait, oh, yep. Wait, wait, oh. Wait.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
man, I want to see like a professional choir sing a KK Sliders.
But
you know?
I did it in the style of like Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here," and it's just the source tune's just so weird anyway.
Yeah.
Not as weird as what is it, Ball Tossed from freaking Animal Crossing. Like, if Dustin Lagley were here, that would easily be like that would trump every other person's weird song.
Yeah. What did I do? I did. I don't know if people will think this is weird, but I did a remix of the Sonic 2 Special Stage theme, which, when you listen to the original Genesis version of that song, you realize how terrible it is. It's like super harsh and like it's so weird and like I don't know, but like I'm not a huge fan of it. But I remixed it because people were asking for remixes of it all the time.
Jesus.
What's going on there, Dane?
My cat is like twisting around my earbud cord, and it's just like pulling she's ruining everything. This is why I can't have nice things. Come on. Jesus. I'm sorry to have interrupted. I don't.
No, it's okay.
Anyway.
In this talkback, we go over the many reasons why Beat Drop's cat is a bitch.
Her name is Lucifer, by the way. That's Lucy and then F-U-R. Further, yeah.
How clever.
And no, but it was a self-fulfilling prophecy of a name. Like the doctor, I was like, if I'm gonna get a female cat, that's what she's gonna be named. And then I did, and then I named her that, and then she turned into fucking Satan. But anyway, weirdest thing I ever remixed would probably be Joe Cam Bitch, when I took a whole bunch of samples of Joe Cam saying things like "I'm Joe Cam and I rock your face, let me touch your balls." It was really old, but he just sent me like a recording of all these voice clips of him, and I took and like sampled the shit out of them and turned them into this like industrial dance track. Joe Cam Bitch. He like loves it to this day. It was funny.
That reminds me, I should have said the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 remix that I did.
Oh yeah.
Let's Ride for You Edit with featuring Larry Oji on vocals.
Oh, nice. Automatic winner.
Take You for a Ride HD. I spent like 2 hours like cutting up this giant like sound file that Larry sent me of him just going like, "I'll take you for a ride." So bad. Oh man. Yeah.
That was good stuff. I'm feeling very insulted right here. Quality, nothing but the most top flight of recordings. So.
No, it was very good. It was very good, Larry.
So you mean that whatever deficiencies were in the song are all?
Oh, that was all on me. It was all on me.
Okay, good.
If I'm going to answer the question like legitimately with an actual like video game song, they would probably be a toss-up between either the naming characters theme or whatever the hell it's called from Earthbound. I'm gonna everybody's gonna hate me now because I don't know the names of every song off the Earthbound soundtrack, but.
No, it's hard to know because they combine several songs into all the tracks on the official soundtrack.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
I think it was called Good Friends or something. I don't know.
That's you're thinking of Final Fantasy V or something.
That's Dear Friends.
I'm looking at the soundtrack track list right now. There's the song called Good Friends, so I don't know.
You're a horrible person.
It's called Good Friends / Bad Friends. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop talking because all the mother cultists are gonna crucify me or something. But it would either be that one because that was a weird song to do, or it would be that Final Fantasy VII track. I don't even know the name of the original. It's difficult to stand on both legs when blah blah blah. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Some obscure.
Acid, I think. That was your remix.
Yeah, my remix it's difficult to stand when you're on acid. Yeah, but the original I don't even know. It was piratey and stuff, and it was for one of those compos on the forums.
Probably IMC.
Yeah, it was. That's
Iron Mix Challenge.
Way back in the day. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this song? And then, I'll turn it into trance like everything else.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Iron Mix. The Iron Mix Challenge. That was fun.
Days.
That's old school. All right.
That was some really good stuff back in the day. You need an archive of that.
I know. I got to search around.
Yeah.
Today is the Super Nintendo's birthday.
24 years old. We have fans that are younger than the Super Nintendo. Flexstyle was joking. What the hell?
You guys are so late.
Oh, okay, all right.
Now I look like a douche.
Good job.
Nintendo. So, Super Nintendo memories, guys. What's I mean, we talked a little bit about Earthbound earlier today, but what are some of your Super Nintendo memories?
Turtles in Time.
I remember the day we got the Super Nintendo.
Nice.
Like it was yesterday. It was that monumental.
Wait. So I'm assuming from that you didn't get it as a gift. You actually went out and.
No, it was a Christmas present.
Got it. Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
man.
got that with Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and I think we also got the Super Scope 6 at the same time.
I remember Dane talks about the Super Scope in a previous talkback where
I love that fucking thing. Okay,
Yeah.
It's really underrated.
Yeah.
I have the Super Scope cartridge. I don't have the Super Scope itself.
Okay, wait. Not to rehash the entire Super Scope conversation, but what games did they have for it?
I think there were 3. There was one.
It was the exact same thing we talked about.
No, but I'm saying, was there Super Duck Hunt or what are we talking about?
There was a Super Scope 6 cartridge. There was Battle Clash. There was Metal Combat: Falcon's Revenge.
Fucking Metal Combat! That game is such shit.
No, that game is awesome.
Now you're messing with his memory.
Wait, holy shit! Lemmings 2 was a fucking Super Scope 6 game. Are you fucking kidding me?
Did you just shoot Lemmings?
News to me.
What?
Probably did. Yeah.
It was also Yoshi's Safari.
Understand. Hunt for Red October and T2 the arcade game I can understand, but fucking Lemmings? What? Oh my god. Also, apparently, Lamborghini American Challenge was a Super Scope game.
What?
Wow.
What?
When I'm in my car, don't give me no crap, because the slightest thing and I just might snap.
Wow.
Reaching the car.
Yeah.
Wreck this motherfucker's ride.
Yeah.
I could see Lemmings branching into stuff because Lemmings is made by the same company that did the Grand Theft Auto games. So them putting Lemmings on Super Scope, that was the start.
I had somebody send me a message saying that they blamed Grand Theft Auto for the fact that there hasn't been a new Lemmings game. I think that now points to the Super Scope as to why.
Psygnosis became Rockstar or whatever?
Psygnosis, it was
DMA.
Yeah, DMA.
Oh, okay. Just on the Super Nintendo version?
No, DMA Design did all of the Lemmings.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
I think Psygnosis was just the publisher, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, because I had Lemmings on my old Macintosh, and I remember Psygnosis.
There,
cool,
you noob mixing up developer and
publisher.
publisher.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's like saying, Donkey Kong Country by Nintendo, but it's by Rare. Oh, you stupid face. Oh, Where was Super Hogan's Alley and stuff? Or did they ever have Super
like
Bob?
Operation Wolf or stuff like that. Like I would have loved to have seen.
Were there other Super Nintendo peripherals that I didn't know about? Like, was there Super Bob?
No.
Super Bob?
Yeah, that robot, man. B-O-B.
You mean Rob?
That's Rob.
Was it Rob? Oh, Super Bob. That's not even close.
Like, what is he talking about?
Noob.
Is he talking about Microsoft Bob?
Oh shit! I actually got to fucking install Microsoft Bob for a class.
Oh, I love Microsoft Bob. It's awful.
It was amazing because I literally got to stand in front of the class for 30 minutes and fuck around in Microsoft Bob. For those of you that aren't aware, Microsoft Bob was an ill-conceived add-on for Microsoft Windows that was trying to make the interaction more like real life, so you'd click on a notebook on a desk to open a new Word doc. But it was so poorly pulled off that I think they pulled it off the market within 6 months.
Yeah. Mm. I think if you talk about Microsoft Bob on the Microsoft campus, they just like escort you off the Microsoft campus.
Okay, well, I wasn't too far off with Super Bob.
No. Yes, you were very far.
You were very far off.
No way. I was pretty close.
Hello, my name is Super Bob.
You turned around and you went in the other direction, like when you were listening Jet Set Radio.
No, Paige, he's not okay.
No.
Oh shit, Shark! I figured it out. The Don Ellis was the guy that the director for the Towson Jazz Ensemble did stuff for.
Don Ellis. That sounds so familiar.
He was the guy that did the music for the French Connection.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Yeah. So, any other Super Nintendo memories, guys? Talk about it.
Super Nintendo memories?
Okay.
Is that what we're on?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I remember the first day I got my Super Nintendo, I played Super Mario World for 9 hours.
Oh my god.
Oof, did you beat it?
That's enough to beat it.
No, I didn't beat it. I actually got like maybe a third of the way through the game. I sucked at games. I still suck at games, but I suck.
Wait a minute, Bebo. Hold on, Bebo. It sounded to me like what you were apologizing for indirectly was that you haven't beaten Super Mario World. Don't tell me that's true. That's not true, right?
I've beaten Super Mario World plenty of times.
Okay, I was scared.
I've never beaten Super Mario Brothers, but...
Well, I mean, you're too young. Maybe you didn't play it, right?
No, I had an NES when I was like
3.
3.
Oh, man, you never beat it? Wow.
You know, as far as the original Super Mario Bros. Goes, a great way to get a person angry enough to throw their controller through a window is actually to make them play the entire game. That difficulty ramps up like crazy.
Yeah, it ramps up fast.
When you get to 8-3 and you have to fight like 8 Hammer Brothers on your way to, and it's just like, what's going on? I'm done.
Wait, are you saying like you have to go through each individual level?
Yeah, if you force somebody like to not use any warps whatsoever, you go through all 32 stages. You will like be so angry at the end of the game.
World 8 is just a fucking.
I have never beaten the first Super Mario Brothers game.
I also remember freaking.
I have never bothered.
I remember out when I saw the visuals for Out of This World. And I remember getting really pissed because this game looks great, but I can't get past these fucking slugs that keep slicing my knee open.
Alright.
Yeah,
on the topic of SNES.
Another world.
So, SNES was the first console that I ever had. My parents would rent one some weekends before I actually got to have one myself. So, basically, we go to the local video store, like Blockbuster, except it was like the even shittier local version. Rent an SNES, which, by the way, it's such an alien concept, I think, today, right? Like, does anybody rent consoles or video games today?
There's no Blockbusters left for them to rent them from.
But, like, I guess GameFly for renting games. But, yeah, I mean, and without the internet, I mean, you'd go to the store and you really would just look at the shelf and be like, what one of these games looks cool. And, this is back in, like, 94, 95.
So 75% of the time you were wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
You end up with garbage like Mario is missing. God
that happened. Yeah, that definitely happened. And the thing is, it's like, your parents wouldn't drive you back to the video store. Like, you pick out, like, a game or two, and then for me, that was it. And so I spent a lot of time replaying the first, 10 hours of Final Fantasy VI. Because, every week some asshole would overwrite your save, and you just have to hope that it was still there. I mean, it's just an alien concept today. But when I finally got the console at home, it was a birthday present, years later, and I was so happy. I had this awesome birthday party. I had, KFC.
Nice. Now it went to the next level with the KFC.
Every birthday level. KFC.
Yeah. So it was good.
A piece of fried chicken.
I think it's good at Thanksgiving and Christmas time too.
We had it's funny. I never actually had Super Mario World or All Stars. The system, I guess, at that point was being sold without it bundled, which I didn't even think was possible. But the one that I got. My parents got Donkey Kong Country.
Nice.
Good choice. And then Secret of Evermore, which I had never played. I don't even know how they found it. Again, the internet was not used that much, so they just picked that out, and it turns out it was awesome. So I'm really glad I got to play that.
This has a monster on the cover. He'll like it, right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly.
Hey, it worked out.
That is exactly how my mom picked out Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which was the first game I ever played on SNES. She's like, it's got swords and magic. You'd like this. And in fairness, people say it's a really easy game, and it's only kids would like it, and I was 8, and I loved it.
Well, I don't know. It seems like it'd be hard for anybody that has any attention deficit problems at all, because here, fight this battle 99 fucking times in this one spot before you move on. Oh, okay, you're done now. Do it all over again. This is fun. Fight.
Andrew, by that logic, it's the same logic my mom used when she got me the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES.
Oh, you poor
guy.
You know you loved that at first, though. You were like, this game is awesome!
Oh,
and then you grew up and you realized.
Immediately, the next purchase they got was a Game Genie because I got so mad I almost broke the controller.
Yeah. And then you still couldn't beat the game.
Yeah.
I couldn't beat the fucking game.
No one has ever beaten that game. I don't think it ends.
No. We've
talked about this before on Talkback.
Yes, we have.
And we've strongly suspected that Hideo Kojima is heavily had a hand in that game because it's so ridiculous. I mean, it's a Konami game, and he worked for Konami, so
it's a 30-year-old prequel to Metal Gear Solid 6.
He's gonna tie it all back. Once Metal Gear 6 comes out, it's gonna be like a dam level and some bombs, and it's
I just love how Kojima became responsible. That's amazing.
Solid Snake doesn't actually die. He just keeps aging until eventually he turns into a fucking turtley soul.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
No. Big Boss becomes the Shredder.
Yeah, Big Boss becomes the Shredder.
No. Big Boss just creates Metal Gear Shredder.
Yes.
Oh, that's actually pretty tight.
That also makes sense.
It's like an action man.
About that.
Oh man.
Somebody get on Twitter and tweet this at Konami.
Metal Gear Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Super Nintendo memories.
So it's funny. I had a Super Nintendo. I played a lot of games on it back when I actually owned it. But the only ones I even really remember that I have solid memories of that I still have today, Mega Man X and Super Mario RPG. I played the shit out of those two games.
Oh, it was so good.
Both fantastic games. Both amazing games.
Yeah.
So good.
Played Super Mario RPG so much that I realized that there was actually a level cap and that you could hit it just from normal playthrough. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
But
I remember when my brother traded Final Fantasy IV and I want to say Link to the Past for this game, Paladin's Quest.
Oh, no. I played Paladin's Quest. That's not a good trade.
wow.
Narrative RPGs ever. And something else. I don't even remember what the other thing was. It was inconsequential. And
Wait, now I gotta look up this game.
Oh, man. Steve-O.
Aladdin's Quest?
So jealous.
Paladin's Quest.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hold on.
Okay, sorry, you cut out for a second. Sounds like you said Alan's Quest.
Ask Mick. Okay.
RPG Maker type material.
The Alan Parsons Quest.
It's not a fun game at all. But also, the first Disney game I ever played was on a Super Nintendo, Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse.
Mm.
And I hunted a long time to get that game. That was what? What, Larry?
That sounds brutal.
What,
Was it
Triangle
good?
Quest?
Was it Capcom?
It's amazing. It's a Capcom game.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's what I was asking.
No, it's great. One of the best. Great side-scrolling platformer.
Yeah.
I love you,
Emperor
Capcom.
Pete kidnaps Pluto, and then you have to go through various stages to get him back. Like,
Do you remember the music at all?
oh, the
Was it
music's great.
Nice.
In fact, the ice level is something that's still on my perpetual to be remixed list.
A lot of those Capcom Disney games had amazing music. Because it was all Capcom composers writing it. It was all like, Alf
Chip and
Lyra.
Dale, Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
It's so
And, like,
underrated.
I think like the soundtrack to Darkwing Duck for NES is written by the same composer as Mega Man 3. So.
Oh, that jazzy awesomeness.
Oh, it was,
Bun.
Yeah, yeah, it was wild. So, for me,
Yeah.
for memories of Super Nintendo, I had a Sega Genesis growing up. I was a Sega Genesis kid, but I got into Super Nintendo many years later when I discovered the wonders of emulation.
Yeah.
And, it's like so I got into I played a lot of Sonic and like a lot of that stuff as a kid, but I had an NES also, so I was a big Nintendo fan as well. I loved like Kirby and Mario and all that stuff from my NES days. So then once I discovered like, oh my god, I can play like video games on my computer. I started like downloading a lot of ROMs. And I was not deleting them after 24 hours. It was really bad.
Oh man, look at this awesome program with the severed hands
Who came
all
up?
over the place.
Wait. Who came up with the whole? Oh, but as long as you keep it, for less than 24 hours, you're cool. Like that's the most arbitrary thing I've ever heard of.
What's wrong with that? How are you supposed to even verify that? Yeah. Like the FBI busts your door down. It's like, no. I downloaded it like 16 hours ago. It's still okay. And I'm like, okay, all right. But
I'll
in
say
8 hours, you
I'll
better
say
be
this
gone.
about emulation. It was the Wild West, man. Back in the 90s, for sure. Like, the resources were not there. Stuff was like patchy, and a lot of stuff didn't work properly.
Man, remember when Nesticle came out? Everybody was like, "Oh, it's an NES emulator that works."
Oh, that was my first emulator.
Yeah. Severed hand that was.
Right.
Also, it's called Nesticle.
It's called Nesticle.
Oh, I still remember the first ROMs I downloaded were from, I think it was either Plastic Man or Elastic Man or something like that.
So I ended up getting into heavy into RPGs and stuff. I never really played RPGs on Sega Genesis, and I know by saying that I'm saying I missed out on a whole bunch of games like Phantasy Star and Shining Force and all these games. But I had no exposure to RPGs until I started playing like Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger, and I just started eating up all these RPGs, and I played Link to the Past and I finally got to play All Stars with the updated graphics for Super Mario Brothers 3, which is my favorite Mario game ever. And so Super Nintendo, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I don't think I would change anything in terms of being a Sega kid growing up, because I love my Sega Genesis and all the games I had for it. But people talk about what's better, and I don't think you can really say which one's better because they're just so awesome. Because you're
Super Nintendo's better.
Super Nintendo's better.
No. You got to hook the two together so you can get blast processing in your mode 7.
Yeah. See. You had your mode 7, but we had blast processing. So.
Well, I don't know. I had both consoles, and I liked them better. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
Super Nintendo. Sorry.
Can't pick a real winner, but that's better.
You guys are assholes.
I would say that the Atari Jaguar was technically the superior system.
Hey, I don't want to hear you talking. You bought a 3DO. You bought a Panasonic 3DO at MagFest 8.5. And we were up in your hotel room trying to play these awful games.
Oh my god, fucking Icebreaker, that puzzle game you played, where I only realized the level.
It was a stupid game with the triangles that just walk around.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Did you at least have Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo?
No.
I don't think they.
No, this is Steve-O we're talking about. Of course, he went after the worst games possible to start off with.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to go grab something.
Oh God, he's going to get his 3DO.
Oh.
Oh man. Anyway. So yeah, but yeah, I mean SNES, awesome, like super awesome system for RPGs, especially, and
oh yeah,
what a great.
I said, I think on another episode of Talkback, but like when it first came out, because I grew up not having a lot of money, but I had some friends that they had it hooked up, so I went over to my friend Dave's place to play Super Nintendo when it like first dropped. Like we're talking holiday season 1990.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is the most mystical thing we've ever seen. This is just so ungodly amazing.
Yeah, I remember freaking out when like they had the commercials for Super Nintendo because back then that's how you found out about new things.
TV
commercials,
television commercials. That's how you found out that new video games were coming out. We didn't have like internet or anything. You couldn't be like, oh yeah, like that they announced the new system at E3. Check out, like, download.
Yeah, I mean like gaming magazines too. But you're right.
Yeah, it was literally like one day there was a commercial for Super Nintendo and it was like a Mario game except it looked fucking amazing.
And
it's just like
it was
just like, what is that? Look at the size of that bullet bill. He's like taking up half the screen, and I was freaking out. And I like eventually like I ended up getting a Sega Genesis because a friend had like a Sega, and I really loved Sonic, so I was like, oh, I want to get the Sega Genesis, but man, like I remember seeing that commercial for Super Nintendo like for the first time, and I was just like blown away because it was like, look at those graphics. It's like so much better than anything we've ever seen ever.
Yeah,
I love the ending.
I have to say though, I love the story though. Like
my fucking mind. And then
yeah, that was during the.
Bullet bills half the size of the screen. I'm gonna get a Sega Genesis.
Hey man, blast processing.
Oh. Also, Shark, as I said, real fast, here's the 3 types of games that are on the 3DO. You've got remakes and re-release and ports of actual good games.
Yeah, okay.
Syndicate.
Syndicate's fucking awesome, man.
Okay.
You've got full motion video games starring washed-up actors, so this is the Daedalus Conflict, or Daedalus Encounter starring Tia Carrere.
Well, that's selling point.
Hey
right
man,
there.
you know what? You could call her washed up and all that deal, but I mean, at the time, she was in like an FMV video game, and that was supposed to be the cutting edge.
Yeah.
The whole
from Wayne's World and True Lies to the Daedalus Encounter.
The whole multimedia experience.
Relatively high definition boobies.
640 by 480. Oh man. Oh man. And then you have games that are just shit, like this, which is Immersionary.
Oh, when VR was like huge.
Why are we talking about 3DO on the Super Nintendo's birthday?
All right. On the topic of the SNES, another thing that obviously we can't ignore is the difference in audio fidelity, because I remember quite clearly, like, the music on SNES was just such a huge step up that I got to a point where I was like taking a micro cassette recorder and like holding the TV to record the music so I could listen back to it later and like headphones and stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of Genesis music that was just really grating and poorly done. FM sound is not easy to pull off.
No, it's not. But I think it took them a long time to figure it out.
Yeah, it had its charm though.
But yeah, well, I mean, stuff like X-Men 2, Clone Wars, and of course the Sonic series, and there's a couple others out there that are, pretty good. Streets of Rage,
Streets of Rage, of course.
But there's so many out there where it's just this like really grating sound, like it just.
Oh yeah, it's.
So another thing about games in the SNES days, I read something today. AAA games, like the average price people pay for a AAA game is like $25. So when you figure a lot of people wait, it averages out at about $25. And people complain about games costing $60. And I have to laugh because I remember you going to Funko Land.
$70.
Doesn't exist. Dude, $70. You walked in, Chrono Trigger, the Final Fantasy, anything.
Chrono Trigger was like
80, 90, 100, 110. I remember Mega Man X3 was like 110. And what are you going to do about it? Like, you couldn't go online and I mean, you could get some stuff online, but the level of price matching was not there, and you just didn't have the options. None of the big box stores carried that stuff. So,
yeah,
man, if you wanted those good SNES games, you had to pay out the butt.
Yeah.
I'm glad those, and if you factor in inflation, that's even more. So, I mean, to be able to pick up games today for like $15, $20 is just nuts to me. Because I still remember that catalog from FuncoLand and just going down the price list and being like, holy shit. And if something cost $10, you knew it was bad. It's like,
yep, exactly.
no Squaresoft games. No
Also,
Squaresoft games, $10.
FuncoLand, I'd never actually been to one, but their commercial was always amazing with the kid that got dropped off by his mom for like 15 minutes, and he goes in there, and it's a fucking video game party. And he's
That's exactly what it was.
In there.
That's what it was. It was a video game party in real life.
That was some mystical stuff. I'm sorry, man. That was mystical stuff, man. We went to get. I remember for our 8th birthday, we went to get. I'm aware. We went to get Mario 3, and got the Nintendo Power Strategy Guide with it, and it was just like, oh, FuncoLand was the grail of
It was the Shangri-La,
man. No doubt. Super Nintendo.
Man.
That is
another thing about the SNES was the step up in like fighting games. Because I mean, if you think about NES, didn't have any real fighting games. I mean, it had like Karate Champ.
That's got to be a bias towards Street Fighter and Capcom stuff. Because what other fighting games were good on Super
Killer
Nintendo?
Instincts,
Mortal Kombat,
Clay Fighter.
Oh,
Tournament Fighters.
Clay Fighter was
TMNT Tournament Fighters.
Clay Fighter was one of those games where when you first started playing it, you're like, holy shit, these graphics are amazing, and then you realize that you're playing a really bad fighting game.
You're playing Balls 3D.
Yeah, but I mean, and I guess, Sega, had Mortal Kombat and everything, but I feel like, especially with the SNES, with the number of buttons, with the shoulder buttons, especially, like, I just remember it being so awesome, like, being able to play arcade style fighting games.
Yeah, absolutely. Because as a Genesis kid, when you wanted to play Street Fighter on your Genesis, and you didn't have a 6-button controller, you had a 3-button controller. What did you have to do to switch from punches to kicks?
Press the start button.
Press the start button while you were fighting to switch your buttons from punches to kicks.
Okay.
Which is the most absurd and insane thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
Just a quick tangent. Am I the only person that plays fighting games using claw style, like over the top for all?
No, a lot of people play. That's piano style. Yeah, piano.
Yeah.
A lot of people play like that.
Also, Shark, Val got me this from Goodwill.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's the PC version, right?
Windows 95.
Yeah, that's amazing.
With the amazing Carnival Night Ice Cap and launch-based different music.
Yeah.
So great.
They had to change the music.
Can you install other Sonic PC games over it to make it?
No.
It doesn't have lock-on technology.
It does have lock-on because it says play Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
But what you can do is you can take another CD like Maui Mallard and Cold Shadow, and then put that on top of your Sonic 3D 3 and Knuckles, and then put that in the CD drive.
Oh shit! So you're telling me that I can take Sonic and Knuckles, put the game in there, and then I could put Half-Life on there and put
play Knuckles and Half-Life.
Sonic and Knuckles.
It's called Half-Life and Knuckles.
Half-Life and Knuckles.
You know how much easier that game would be if you could just knuckle climb all up the See you later, big tentacle pit monster. I'm just gonna climb up and out.
Oh man. Half-Life and Knuckles. You didn't know about these?
Wow.
Are you gonna do a compo called And Knuckles, Shara?
I should totally do that.
Great. That's great.
Oh man. See, if you were a Genesis kid like me, you'd know about Half-Life and Knuckles.
And you know about what's Cyborg Justice?
Yeah, Cyborg Justice.
That's a tremendous game.
Oh man.
Of shit.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
So, real quick, we've been doing all this talk about Super Nintendo, amazing system. But I also want to take the moment to point out that today is also the 10th anniversary of the Nintendo DS.
Wow.
So
DS.
yes.
Damn.
So do we have any DS memories?
I think I might have held one.
Here's the thing about Nintendo DS.
What? No,
actually, I remember seriously when I got it for Christmas. Right after I got it, I handed it to my brother to check it out. First fucking thing he did, draw a penis, and then handed it back to me. He's like, "There you go." I'm like, "Great, you just took full advantage of this thing's capabilities by drawing this penis on this small handheld."
That's exactly what you use it for, though. Dicto chat.
Dicto chat. Check it out. I got my blue DS Fat.
That's the Fat. Wow.
That's the Fat, son.
I broke mine. It's in storage.
I love this thing.
My silver.
People all had their like DS Lights, and I was like, no, baby, Fat's the way to do it. It's so good. It's so solid. I love this thing.
The DS is what got me back into Pokemon. I took a cruise with my family for my brother's graduation, and my youngest brother, who was 6 or 7 at the time, he started getting into Pokemon Diamond, so I got DS and Pokemon Pearl, and I spent most of the time not outside enjoying the sun, but rather trading Pokemon with him.
Yeah.
You didn't even catch those rays or whatever?
No, I
couldn't
was
see the fucking screen.
Here's the thing about yeah. Here's the thing about Nintendo DS. Like Nintendo DS basically created touch gaming.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
We didn't have that before, and now like mobile games are all like touch gaming.
Yeah, it was like back when the DS came out in 2004. Everybody was like, "Touchscreen games?
Really?
This will never catch on."
Yeah, this will never catch on.
You mean I have to surrender one hand from the buttons to hold?
Yeah, to do like stuff with a pen. What are you talking about? No one is ever gonna like this. And now like mobile gaming and phone gaming and touch gaming is like just multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar industry.
So on kind of a tangent there, because Wii U tends to get a lot of shit. So are there some elements of Wii U that you could see in 10 years being like, okay, a lot of people shit on this, but this is actually pretty amazing?
Well, I mean, to be completely honest, in the small amount of time I've had with the Wii U, because I don't own one, and I've only played it like a few times, it's actually pretty damn impressive. I mean, because it's all of the group-oriented fun of the Wii, but it's way better graphics quality, obviously. The controller itself, that opens up whole new freaking worlds of stuff, which some of the the Nintendo released titles that came out can really take full advantage of it. But I don't know. I think the Wii U gets a bad rap, and I kind of really want to get one.
I think Nintendo really they're trying to get into that thing where like you can play collaboratively, but then you also have information that only you can know. Because they tried it with GameCube years ago with games like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles and Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures. If you've never played Four Swords Adventures as a multiplayer game, it's insanely amazing. It's absolutely wonderful. And part of what makes it so great is that you don't play it with controllers. You play it with Game Boy Advances, and you hook those up as controllers to your GameCube. And every person controls their own Link, but at the same time, whenever they go into a house or they go into like a cave or something, you have to look at your screen in front of you, and other players can't see that screen. So you only have information for you, and other players have information for them. And Crystal Chronicles does interesting things where like only one player will have the map, and only like one player will have like locations of treasures. So you all have to talk to each other and share your information that only you have. And so you kind of see that come out in Wii U with like Nintendo Land has a lot of games like that where you'll have like a whole bunch of people playing with regular Wii controllers on the TV, like 4 people playing, and then you have someone playing on the gamepad and they have private information. So you get games like the Luigi's like Mansion, like the Ghost Hunt thing, where one person is the ghost and they can see where they are on the map, and they're going around and they're trying to like catch people, but people who are watching the TV can't see where the ghost is. They have to like rely on like clues, like is the controller vibrating? They have to look for like reflections and mirrors and stuff. So you get this kind of like asynchronous multiplayer, but it's all happening in the same room, which is very cool.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that kind of thing. I think that kind of thing is what we'll see like kind of like push out asynchronous multiplayer. Nintendo's been trying to do it since GameCube, and I think with the Wii U they finally got it, but it's still something they're trying to like figure out.
I feel like there's a perfect opportunity here to make like a light, not super complicated version of like D&D proper tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
And I feel disappointed that nobody's really started on that yet.
It seems like an
so
obvious choice. I mean, you can
Yeah.
the person Wii U has a dungeon master. They can treat
Yeah.
it.
The only thing is like, is the market there for it? You know,
Yeah,
the install base for the Wii U is not very big. So,
I feel like they would have to do like a totally different game where not really a D&D RPG, but the person with the tablet is still essentially the dungeon master, but the other players are just going through like an adventure or an action game where the person with the tablet is like making the level as they go.
Yeah, and
so something like
triggering events and
yeah.
Yeah, that kind of asynchronous multiplayer is, I think, the Wii U's biggest strength. And if companies can kind of like get on that, I mean, the Wii U is an amazing party machine. I mean, there's no question. It's absolutely fantastic. My brother-in-law and his brothers were visiting a couple months ago, and we were playing. They're not really gamers. They don't really play a lot of video games, and we were just like hanging out and playing Nintendo Land. We were playing like the thing where all the different Toads have to chase down Mario, and it was awesome, because they were like getting super into it because it was really fun. So,
yeah, that's actually one of the Wii U's. I'm gonna stick with my Virtual Boy. Isolated gaming at its finest.
Yeah.
Go back to your Mario Clash.
Dear
Color
Lord.
Boxer was still the shit, man. I'm sorry.
All right,
But,
so back on the Mega DS memories, what about some like kind of unsung heroes on the DS? Anything that's kind of lower?
I was
9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
How did I know you were gonna talk about
999?
Yeah.
Is one I had never really played a visual novel before that. That is like one of the best ones to ever play if you're considering the genre, because it's nothing like any visual novel you'll ever played.
Yeah.
It gets you into the genre. There's at least that much, but it's an incredible game with a plot line that has 50 million twists that will just blow your mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the Phoenix Wright series, the Ace Attorney series.
I thought we were talking about unsung heroes.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a pretty popular series, but
It's very sung.
yeah.
That's so sung.
Nanostray, Summon Knight.
Final Fantasy Tactics A2 Grimoire of the Rift.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings, which was kind of cool, like
Those
RTS
two,
kind of game.
the touch-based tactical RPGs also like Disgaea as well.
Luminous Arc, and yeah.
They were incredible on the DS, especially the ones that factored in multiplayer like A2 did, and they took a lot of time to go through, and there's so much to unlock. And since you had the DS's wireless capabilities and the ability to have a really long battery life on there, just amazing, absolutely amazing.
It was also Hotel Dusk.
Yep.
It was a really cool game. One of the few games where you actually played it like a book. You held the DS like vertical, and you played it like a book. It was really cool.
Isn't there another one, Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword or whatever?
Yeah, that one was also a book one. And then there was a game that came out in Japan called Sigma Harmonics, made by Squaresoft with music by Masashi Hamauzu. Fantastic soundtrack, but another vertical DS game, which is really cool.
I'm surprised nobody said Brain Age or whatever those
I was
fucking.
gonna say Brain Age actually, because I've sunk probably more hours into Sudoku on Brain Age than I have probably.
Those aren't really unsung though. Like all the not normal gamers that Nintendo was going after, like that's what they got. Yeah. So those sold like 12, 15 million copies apiece.
Yeah, Brain Age is what made the DS a success in Japan. Absolutely, because so many people bought it. And then also, I mean, I mentioned Phoenix Wright, but Phoenix Wright was a series that came out on GBA years ago, before the DS came out, and then they decided to put it on DS, and what they did is they actually included the English translation in the Japanese release of Phoenix Wright, of the first game, and the second game, and the third game. So what happened was a lot of people in Japan would buy Phoenix Wright to practice their English skills. So they would, because what they could do is they could play the game in English and then also play it in Japanese.
Great, just what we needed. Japanese people running around going, "Objection!"
Yeah, that's how they say hello. That's how they say hello. Take that.
No, it's really interesting because I have a friend who is who's like preparing for like a Japanese exam, and I lent her the Phoenix Wright trilogy, and I actually when Phoenix Wright 2 was coming out, I was just so in love with the series that I didn't want to wait for 2 to come out in English in America. So I actually imported the game from Japan because I knew it had the English translation. So I lent the trilogy to her, and she's playing through Phoenix Wright 2, but she's also playing through it in Japanese in order to practice for her Japanese exams coming up, which is kind of cool. I thought the bilingual release that Capcom did over in Japan was really interesting because it made the series, it sort of like revitalized the series, like, because it was like this series that was kind of just over, and then they said, okay, let's re-release it on DS, and it just kind of like found where it belonged when it came out on DS. It was really interesting.
I have one single DS memory that outlives every single other one, and that was when I got my DS 3 months after launch, originally, before the Pokemon came out and everything. I traded that in for a PSP. Like, I switched back and forth between systems quite a lot. I got WarioWare Touched, which was my first WarioWare game, and I fell in love with the quirkiness, and I can't tell you how many times I tapped that screen with that game alone.
Man, I tapped that screen.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. The interesting thing about 3D about the DS is that, like, you know, it was when they revealed it and they were like, it's got 2 screens and it's got like a touch screen on the bottom. Everyone was like, this is never gonna sell. No one's gonna buy this crap. Make another Game Boy. What are you doing? And then, like, and it came out, and then everyone remembers, oh yeah, and then it was like super successful, but people don't remember it. It took like 8 months for the DS to actually be successful.
Oh yeah.
And I think people forget that because people like were saying the same thing.
It was Nintendogs was the initial success in the United States.
People were saying the same thing about the 3DS when the 3DS came out. I was like, oh, it's 3D, it's just a gimmick, it's not going to sell, no one's going to buy it. And then like 8 months later, 3DS is like a massive success. You know, and now I think you're kind of seeing that with the Wii U as well, where you know, it took a while and it took some time for the right games to come out, but I think, you know, once Mario Kart 8 hit and, you know, Smash is out like today.
Oh yeah, that's
Super
true.
Smash Brothers 4 is out today, and like I feel like this holiday season you're gonna see a lot of people, you know, picking up a Wii U just for Smash, and then they're gonna discover games like, you know, Mario Kart and, you know, Bayonetta 2 and all these other great games that are out for Wii U. So it's really interesting how, like, you know, I can't remember the last time that a console came out and it was like successful like right away. Maybe it was the Super Nintendo or the Game Boy Advance or something, you know, or, you know, but how long has it been since like a console has really come out and it's really just like shattered expectations and it's just been like the greatest thing on earth, like on the day it came out?
Can't remember the last time.
Yeah, maybe
SNES.
Super Nintendo, maybe N64 with, you know,
PS2.
Momentarily.
PS2.
Where it was like,
PS2 came out the gate strong.
Oh, PS2. Yeah,
PS2 did
for a while, and then it just kind of.
Yeah.
Which one, Dane?
64.
64, I think, launched strong.
It launched strong for sure.
Because it had Super Mario 64, which is just like a defining game in the history of gaming.
No, I didn't think
never
that. I
thought
thought it
I'd
was
play
never
Joe.
purchased.
What was that, Steve-O?
I was gonna say I vaguely remember that N64 launched with only 2 games available, and both of them were separate purchases: Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wings 64.
Yeah, it was separate purchase, but it came out with the system. So.
Yeah, it was out. Yeah, it was out on launch day.
Was it only 2?
I wouldn't call two launch titles to be a super strong launch.
Yeah, that's true.
You would not say that normally.
No,
but
man,
that
Mario
was
64. Sorry, dude. Yeah. Mario 64.
Yeah. Mario 64.
The really
Mario 64 and Knuckles.
the hilarious
Yeah,
part.
Super Mario 64 and Knuckles.
The hilarious part about the N64, I can see now, when it came out in Japan, it had 3 launch titles, the same 2 as in America: Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wings 64, and a shogi game. And that probably shogi, and that was probably like it probably also sold super well in Japan. Just
Yeah.
a shogi game at launch.
I don't know why. I don't know why they like playing shogi video games. Play shogi. Oh.
Apparently now every game is better with Knuckles.
Oh yeah, I mean.
It's true.
Apparently now? What do you mean apparently now?
If you were a Genesis kid growing up, you knew that every game was better with Knuckles.
So Ridge Racer and Knuckles.
Ridge Racer and Knuckles, absolutely. Road Rash and Knuckles. Half-Life and
Streets
Knuckles.
of Rage and Knuckles.
Streets of Rage and Knuckles.
Shadow of the Colossus and Knuckles.
Knuckles Chaotix and Knuckles.
Okay, no. Shadow of the...
Sega heard our prayers. They were like, "Yo, dude, I heard you like Sonic and you're Sonic."
Shadow of the Colossus would be too broken with Knuckles, though. No,
Yeah,
it would be great, but it would be like Sonic. It would be like Sonic 2 and Knuckles. You would just climb over everything.
Yeah.
Be too easy. Yeah, but I do want to see a Knuckles and Knuckles at some point.
I'm just reminded of this picture that I saw posted to a friend's wall, which is Knuckles and Kid Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles.
That's like 20 Knuckles cards. What?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It is.
Tremendous.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
you have to hold it up.
If you're watching, you can't see this image, but it's pretty amazing.
Okay, I'm looking at the bottom of the image. In addition to like 20 Sonic and Knuckles cards, it's also got a 32X, a Sega, and a Sega CD.
Yeah, that was the Sega Tower of Power. That's what it was called.
Tremendous.
You had a Sega CD on the bottom, a Sega Genesis, and then a 32X, and then a Game Genie, and then a Sonic and Knuckles, and then a game on top of it.
I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the Photoshop screen.
That was a Tower of Power. That's what it was called.
24 copies of Sonic and Knuckles. I counted.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I probably
every
spent
game
more time with Sonic and Knuckles just like leaving it open and then just going to that weird menu and trying to figure shit out in there than I did actually putting another game into that thing.
Yeah. Playing Blue Sphere. Even Super Nintendo games are better with Knuckles. Okay, here's a question. Here's a question for you guys. What Super Nintendo game would be better with Knuckles?
Didn't you just answer that question?
Like serious answer. What do you really think would be better with Knuckles?
Final Fight.
If you could do lock-on technology.
Would be better with Knuckles.
If you're watching and you have an answer, you can tweet as well. What game would be better with Knuckles?
Wait. Okay, so you're being dead serious?
I'm being dead serious. What game on Super Nintendo do you think would be better if you could lock on Sonic and Knuckles too?
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, Mario RPG was what I was about to say.
Castlevania 4 and Knuckles.
Castlevania 4 and Knuckles.
Oh, you know what would be really fun if you put Knuckles in as a third character? The Adventures of Batman and Robin.
And
That would be amazing.
Imagine Batman and Robin and Knuckles. I love it. Oh man. Oh man. I think we know the title of this talkback. Honestly, it's gonna be OCR talkback and Knuckles.
Thanks, Jarrell. You're adding out my status right now where David's going adding stuff to Knuckles. Diablo 3 Reaper of Knuckles?
No, it's got to be Reaper of Souls and Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
Knuckles. It's always and Knuckles.
Okay, wait a minute. So in the time that we've taken a break on the show, there are actually some older tweeter questions that would be great, but there are a ton of them. You got to like blow through them.
Okay. Lightning round.
Lightning round. Oh, do you want me to?
Okay.
I have them up.
I don't have them in my search column in TweetDeck.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, sure. I'm in there. So, Bacon Procurement says, if you made your own theme song, what would it sound like? Just bullet point, like a genre kind of deal. Anything?
Knuckles' theme from. Next.
Okay. I love it. Hold on. Wait, this is perfect.
I already had a theme written for me by Bustatunes.
For real?
Yeah. No,
was
it's
it like
level 99. Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask if it was inspired by your beard, but I don't know. Maybe there's more lyrics to it.
No, those are the only lyrics, and it's repeated ad nauseum.
So Bacon Procurement also asked, what is everyone's favorite VG character theme song? Is either Guile or Knuckles?
It's Knuckles.
It's Guile's theme and Knuckles.
Guile's theme and Knuckles, yeah.
I would say Knuckles, definitely. That was sweet. It was one loop. It was just so short. It was great.
Was it just the drum loop that one?
He had a theme in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which was different.
No, I didn't like that one. The Sonic 3, sorry. That's what I meant.
Sonic 3 is just like...
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, he was a badass there. So Phoenix Down said, would it be okay for someone to plug Video Games Live's Level 4 album Kickstarter on Talkback? Yes, go support it.
Go support
it. It's actually at $136,000 of the $150,000 goal. They got, I think, 6 days left. I mean, it's gonna hit the goal. I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit the goal. It's gonna be badass.
So go donate. First of all, go donate, and second of all, tweet Tommy Tallarico asking if he can remix Knuckles' theme for the next concert.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the
VG Live and Knuckles.
No.
They changed the green Space Invader to like a pixelated Knuckles head.
Dude, if you got an orchestra to do Knuckles theme for just like 20 seconds, it would be epic.
Oh man, no, the best Super Nintendo game to have Knuckles would be Super Punch-Out and Knuckles.
Yeah,
that would
Super
be
Punch-Out
awesome.
and
Yeah. He would punch everybody's eyes out. It would be like blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let me
everybody
add
do
something,
support that.
by the way,
Yeah.
for
Go ahead.
Video Games Live Level 4. Jill and I just wrapped up an arrangement for that. It's going to be it's the Zelda's Lullaby, and then Skyward Sword theme medley mixed in.
Nice.
So it should be pretty cool, like full live orchestra. I got Jeff Ball doing the orchestration on it.
Very nice.
So
Very
that's
cool.
Any idea? So is that just in the general tier? Like if you do, was it like
That's gonna be on the album.
Oh, okay.
All goes well. We need to get the scores done. I just finished it today. So.
Nice, dude. Okay, so
Tommy
you heard,
emailed me and he's like, "Yep, it's good." So
you heard it, man. So Zircon, Andy, and Jill are gonna be on the
Andy and Jill and Knuckles.
and Knuckles. Yeah.
I was gonna say and Jeff Ball, but you guys added and Knuckles, who is not Jeff Ball.
No, Jeff Ball is absolutely not Knuckles.
But anyway, yeah. So Video Games Live Level 4, do support it. Yeah, like Disco Stu was like, y'all supporting the Video Games Live Level 4? Yes.
Yes, absolute man.
Phoenix Down says, who from the VGM scene, either composers, arrangers, or cover artists, would you personally like to have as a guest on Talkback? Anybody you'd like to see on Talkback?
Matt Furness.
Grant Kirkhope.
Maze Dude.
I want to get Dale North on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good too.
And Jake.
Yeah.
And Jake
Oh,
Kaufman.
you mean Nugget?
The dog.
I was thinking of talking to Jake, but Nugget. We can include Nugget cameo. That'd be tight.
Nugget the dog is
Nugget
pretty
and
good.
Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
Nugget and Knuckles. That'd be great, yo. He could honestly probably come up with a soundtrack to like, 3DS game Nugget and Knuckles.
Yeah.
I don't know, pay the licensing. Any other scene or composer peeps that you want to have on the show? I know we're lightning rounding, but Zircon, hopefully, maybe one day.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Dreams
shit.
do.
Have we had Jill on Talkback ever?
No, but she's always on tour, son.
She's on tour right now.
She's singing right now, yeah, man. VGL, where are they at
Jill on
tonight?
Talkback.
She's at Rochester
York?
tomorrow, Bethlehem, PA, Allentown, and then we got Thanksgiving holiday, and then she's going to South America.
Oh, damn. Are you going to any of that Are you going to any of that PA stuff? Oh, you're busy. That's true. Dungeon Man's, all that.
Got
Okay.
Dungeon Man's, and then also working on the BT concert too. That
Oh
that's going on.
yeah, that's right, man. How's that
Dungeon Man's and Knuckles.
going?
Dungeon Man's and Knuckles. Oh man. I did a Sega Genesis dungeon theme for the game, so
Hey guys, I gotta hop off. It's been real. I'll catch you all later.
All right, Steve.
All right, Steve-O.
How dare you? Hold on, let me get a pimp real quick for the BT and Tommy Kickstarter Electronic Opus. They've got 18 days left. They're at $139,000 of a $200,000 goal, but it's more than halfway. Probably gonna hit this.
Yeah.
Andy, are you allowed to say like to what extent you're involved, or like what are you like? How are you involved?
I'm doing arrangements. So there's other people involved in it. But so I'm covering at least 2 songs, maybe 3. So basically, I'm contributing orchestral stuff and also electronic stuff that's going to be performed live at the show. Which is cool. Yeah, BT doesn't live that far from here, so I gotta connect. He's also constantly on tour, but yeah, hopefully once everything wraps up, we can hang out. We'll see.
Nice. You're like, yeah, man, I'm just chilling with BT. You know, BTZ, I like to call him. So
help him rebuild his Fairlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna sell him my Prophet T8, but he was too. I couldn't get a hold of him in time, and I wanted to sell it, get it out of the basement, so I sold it to somebody else.
Ooh.
That day. Yeah.
Damn. Sorry,
All right, Larry. What else we got? Lightning round.
Oh, I think we're good. I think
we're good. Awesome.
I think we're good. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's close up Talkback then. It's getting close to that time, around 11 o'clock. So
to that time.
I'm gonna play some Hyrule Warriors, man.
Hyrule Warriors is so good.
It's the shit. Love it.
So good. So good.
Love it.
So cathartic. You just destroy everyone all the time.
Yep.
It's awesome. That game would be good with Knuckles.
Hold on, real quick. Sorry. 2 more for the lightning round. From Disco Stew. Twitter search is really crappy right now.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't know what's going on with it.
It's very bad. So, real quick, what is the best orchestral version of VGM that you've ever heard? Is it from Hyrule Warriors or is it Knuckles' theme from Sonic 3?
No, it's probably one of those symphonic fantasies from what's it called?
The German concert?
Yeah, that German concert series is absurdly good. And then maybe something from Myth, the Xenogears orchestral album. Those are insane. But yeah, the German concert series is a symphonic fantasy. Is oh my god, the level of writing is just absurd. It's awesome. Yeah, I would say that's probably the best orchestral version of VGM I've ever heard.
Sweet.
So I'm just gonna point out here that it hasn't been orchestrated, but in one of those virtual Sonic compilations, Howard Jawson actually did cover the Sonic and Knuckles version of Knuckles' theme with ethnic instruments. So
what?
Wow!
It has kind of been done.
I don't know.
I'll link it to you later.
Everything's better with Knuckles. Everything's better.
Hey, cool. Anybody else?
I don't listen to orchestral.
That's okay.
I'm just gonna be forthcoming with it. I don't. I mean, I listened to fair share, but that day's come and gone.
Somebody's handle is beat drop. I would never have imagined this.
I've actually been a long-time fan of Shining Force 2 Symphonic Suite, so that's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if we're just talking about really good orchestral VGM, orchestral game concert from the 90s, you can't go wrong with those. They're so good. SimCity, the theme from SimCity Super Nintendo is just fantastic on that.
Nice.
And Dragon Quest. Any Dragon Quest symphonic album is just always awesome.
True. And if nobody had any answers to the other ones, or to any other answers to this one, Disco Stern had one more. This is the last one. Do you have a VGM or remix bucket list? So, either something that you want to work on as, I guess, original music or a remix on the bucket list.
Of my life, I regret nothing from Treasure Hunter G. It's really good. I want to remix that one. I actually kind of started a little bit of that one, kind of like a little tango style thing. What else on the bucket list? There's a lot of really good games. Really good songs I don't want to hit, but I think that's the main one. All right. I'm obligated to do.
Sound like Beat Drizzle had something.
Always. There's always stuff I've yet to do that I've wanted to do. Einhander's been at the top of that list for freaking ever now.
Einhander is so good.
Realistically, I'd like to do the entire soundtrack of Einhander.
That would be insane.
That would be a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
Armored Core, anything from any of the Armored Core games. I'd probably like to revisit System Shock 2 at some point, because the only remix of that I ever did got rejected by the judges panel.
What?
I also, if we're talking about revisiting, I want to revisit Heavy Arms theme from Gundam Wing Endless.
Oh man!
Because my remix for that's on OCR is not good, and it's such a great source tune that I think it deserves to be, remixed well by someone who knows what he's doing, not some kid who's just like tooling around in FL Studio.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, that's how you learn, but it's not a good song.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, coolio.
Awesome.
Wait, nobody else is on the bucket list? Andy? I mean, you kind of like empty the bucket every once in a while.
Remixing, I mean, as far as remixing goes, nothing comes to mind exactly. I kind of do a lot of my stuff spur of the moment, but original stuff, I would love to do. I'd love to do an all-electronic soundtrack, like a really, really highly produced electronic soundtrack. I've just never gotten to do that, really. I keep getting hired for orchestral stuff, which is weird, because I like orchestral, but, I'd rather do dance music. I want to work on a Final Fantasy game, like, as a lead composer.
That is a hell of a bucket list, dude.
Yep.
Sets the bar right up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Wow. How many English Final Fantasy composers? Like, what are you talking about? Main series, or will you accept a spin-off?
Main series.
Just change your name.
He wants to do 16. That's it. Final Fantasy 16, music by Andrew Aversa.
I think you'd have a better chance of doing 2016, the game.
2016.
Or maybe.
1 and 2.
Or maybe.
boy.
Fuck that.
Oh no. All right.
That's really good.
Kind of movies. We gotta wrap it up.
We gotta wrap it up. It's getting late.
All right. Yeah. Peace out, guys.
Hang on. Wait. Let's do some plugs and promotions. Anything you want to pimp out? Anything you want to recommend? If you have any projects, any albums you got out, you want people to buy, anything.
I got something I want to recommend.
Yeah, Terrell.
Got this book, Shattered Swords. You can pick this up on Amazon.com. It is a nice book, a bunch of short stories, fantasy-based. But the thing about it is, one of the stories in here was written by Joseph Zija, our very own expert novice.
Nice.
Did a really good job with this story, too. So, Shattered Swords, go pick that up.
Awesome. All right, Andy, what do you got?
Dungeon Mans.
Dungeon Mans.
Go get it. It's on. Well, if you don't like early access, then wait a couple of weeks. But it is on Steam. It got kickstarted. It got greenlit. It's awesome. I'm doing music. I did all the music, all the sound effects.
Yeah.
And then also I designed a bunch of the end game stuff, so it should be cool when it comes out.
Awesome. Dungeon Mans, and that's like a roguelike action RPG.
Yep. It's it's turn-based, but like it feels fast-paced. There's a lot of motion. The combat's like snappy. It's not a text-based game. It feels like we modeled that for like 16-bit kind of RPGs. So it feels really good. Right.
Very cool. Dane, what do you got? Anything?
No. I mean,
Risk of Rain. If you don't have anything to say.
Risk of Rain is like, I don't know. That's
so creepy. Love it.
What?
Hell yeah, man. It's a scary game, man.
Risk of Rain is creepy?
It's a scary game.
Do you even know what Risk of Rain is?
I know your mom is at risk.
Larry, what do you have to plug?
Go buy it, because I want people to play with me, damn it.
Larry, what do you got to plug?
Friends.
I'm trying to think. What did I have? I just had it at the top of my mind. What the? Come back to me.
Come back to you? No, I'm gonna close out the show.
Was
you
that
gotta
it,
go
man?
now.
Oh man, what the heck? Oh man, totally. Now, man, I'm coming up blank.
Is it an album? Is it a Kickstarter? What is it?
Just plug Overclock Records, because that's what you're gonna do anyway.
No, that wasn't what I was gonna do. Oh no. Oh, okay. No, I remember. No, man, I was gonna tweet about it at some point, but man, just my Marvel Unlimited subscription is gonna re-up next month. But just, man, I've been reading a lot of the stuff lately, and just, what
are you reading?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've been reading a lot of the comics with the ladies in there are really awesome. Elektra's actually wrapping up in a couple of months, but Elektra's been great. She-Hulk is awesome. Black Widow is amazing. I finished Superior Spider-Man, but obviously that arc, that whole story finished maybe like a year ago.
That goes directly into like Spider-Verse and Amazing.
Yeah. I'm really not into any multiverse type stuff though, so I'm gonna skip Spider-Verse. But
Spider-Verse might actually get me reading Marvel.
That's because it's That's because it's your DC.
Love multiverse.
Oh, I can't.
I love alternate versions of superheroes. It's so good.
You're in it for the penciled-in boobs, aren't you? That's all it is.
That's gotta be it. Yeah, no, actually, yeah, like all the comics, all the comics I'm reading right now are like all feature women.
Well, yeah, that's when you started out.
Yeah, X-Men. The current run on X-Men.
The current run of X-Men. The current run of X-Men is an all-female team, and it's still called X-Men. That's amazing.
Well, they're X-Men.
Gamergate.
Oh, okay, yeah, Gamergate. SJW. Yeah, that's right. What is it? I'm trying to think. What else? There were some other things that I finished reading. Like I said, the whole Superior Spider-Man run was great. I'm just really the Punisher, the current Punisher series, Secret Avengers, just I'm really enjoying Marvel. Just their benchmark is just so high.
Yeah.
Everything is really, really strong right now. And that's why I got Marvel Unlimited last year, because I was reading kind of some one-offs and was just really impressed by what like the baseline level of quality is just stepped up so far.
Yeah.
And just a lot of smartly written stories. So go to Marvel.com, get a Marvel Unlimited subscription. I recommend it. Some really good stuff. I'm waiting for DC Unlimited. What's up?
I don't think they'll ever do it. I don't know what they're going.
They have so
I
many.
love DC heroes and I love
resources.
DC characters, but like I don't understand DC's business sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, check out Marvel Unlimited, I guess.
Go get it.
What do I want to plug? I want to plug. Obviously, you're watching OCR Talkback, so check out OCR Remix. A lot of new awesome remixes posted lately. Brandon Schrader just had this awesome Ace Combat 6 remix posted. It was one of our Patreon patrons, Total Biscuit. You might have heard of him. He requested that as a $100 level patron. He has that option to request songs from us. So Brandon did a really awesome Ace Combat 6 remix, which you definitely should check out because the source tune is amazing, and then the remix is also just absolutely amazing. So make sure you hit that. So check out OC Remix. Check out our Mega Man album, Forever Lasting Peace, 25 Years of Mega Man. We've got a sale coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that. You'll be able to get a pretty good deal on it. Going to launch a sale in a couple days, so it's going to be cool. Because the album came out about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, so we want to do a sale to sort of celebrate that.
And let me while you're thinking, let me just give my sincere thanks to all the Patreon backers. You guys rocked the Heezy. We just hit the $3,000 goal.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
Insane, but that's awesome.
Yeah. Standing ovation for patrons. Standing ovation for patrons.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you so much to everyone who's donated and is a patron and donating every month.
No doubt.
I'm donating every month. I'm a patron, but I'm not really donating that much. I'm donating my time, but
he probably donating like 50 cents. I'm in there. I got skin in the game.
No, I'm in there. I donate to OCR.
Like 5 cents. So
we don't get money from OCR. We
really don't.
We still give money to OCR. So. So we're all in the same boat. So
I'm getting my $5 a month, baby.
Yeah.
Get your McRib. Get your McRib.
I got the McRib last weekend. I got 2 McRibs last weekend. If you go to November 15th on the Twitter, you could see me with barbecue sauce on my mouth. It's awesome. McRib is so good. McRib is so delicious. It was good. I know this is getting to some bear territory right here. I mean, I know you're enjoying it. It's hot. It's lathery. It's slathery.
Slathery goodness, right?
Barbecue goodness. That's right.
No. All right.
Wait. Let me just say this real quick about this because I was saying
barbecue sauce, is it?
No, I was saying this in our staff meeting yesterday, like after the fact, where I think we were chilling. So, I'll only get the McDonald's or whatever when we're hungry. Nobody ever goes, I'm going to go out and get McDonald's right now. You get it when you're like hungry and you're driving near one and you're hungry. So my lady got a fillet of fish, which is like her like childhood, just like that was awesome, I love it. So normally when you buy a fillet of fish and you have it in your car and the windows are rolled up, it's a fish sandwich and it's from McDonald's and it stinks, dude. But here's the thing: I bought 2 McRibs, not 1 but 2, and literally is the only time where you couldn't smell fillet of fish in the car because the onion and barbecue smell of the McRib was so overpowering. I like the McRib. I think it's delicious, but you know what? Even I was just like, what the fuck? Like this is overpoweringly pungent. I was like, wow, this is delicious. You could not smell.
It wasn't about barbecue sauce.
You could not smell the fillet of fish on even a microbe of any of that. It was just McRib, barbecue, onion, barbecue. It was insane. It was delicious,
though. Making me hungry, goddammit.
Oh man, it was worth it. All right. So Larry wants you to buy the McRib.
McRib is back.
Anyway. So yeah, check out obviously Overclock Remix. Follow us on Twitter.
Now sponsored by McDonald's.
At OC Remix. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/OC Remix. Subscribe on YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. We post all of our remixes on YouTube. Plus one us on Google Plus. Just so you can keep up with when Talkback's on and stuff. We'll tweet about Talkback, but you can always keep an eye on Google Plus as well if that's your social media.
Thanks.
Yeah, and if you're not a patron yet on Patreon, help us out. We did hit the 3,000, but I mean, every bit still helps. A lot of big plans.
And a little side item for those that participated in Fan Gamers, your Earthbound Kickstarter. So we were a $300,000 stretch goal, and they hit it, which is insane.
Nice.
They hit it with $1,000 to spare, or something like that. So
they got they're 6,000 over now. So I mean, it's over.
Oh yeah.
They got to 306, and it was crazy. I was like, wow, I have no idea. It was at maybe like 250, 260. Yesterday, and they're going to get the push, but I was just shocked. So we're going to be doing an Earthbound album, not like, oh my god, 12-disc mega album, but we're going to be doing an Earthbound EP, and we're excited, man. So congrats to Fangamer on that. The Earthbound handbook is going to be super detailed, super awesome. So hopefully there's no C and D action.
Awesome. All right, let's close it up. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We didn't have a lot of viewers. I think we topped out around like 12 for the live show.
Chilling. All good.
But, people who watch this on YouTube and check it out. So if you like what you saw and if you have questions for us, tweet at OCR Talkback, or not at OCR Talkback, hashtag OCR Talkback on Twitter, and or just tweet at OC Remix and ask us questions and let us know what you think. And so thanks for watching, everyone, and this is OC Remix.
McRib and Knuckles.
McRib and Knuckles.
McRib and Knuckles. All right. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Where's the stop broadcast?